Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it's going to be a talk through video. So this is basically my no makeup look, which is my go-to effortless makeup look, everyday makeup look. So the first thing I do is prep my skin. I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil Free Primer, and I'm just going to apply this all over my skin. So I just take a kind of pea-size amount like so, and then I'm just applying it on to my face. So I'm applying it on my nose and my T-zone area. I'm also going to apply it where I have any texture. I love this primer because it makes my skin feel really smooth afterwards. So I'm just going to allow that to sink into my skin a little bit, and next I'm going to go in with my lip balm. I have a new lip balm at the moment. It is the Palmer's Lip Balm, Dark Chocolate and Peppermint. But I just like to apply that on my lips just to sort of hydrate them. Okay, so basically what my base consists of is a concealer, and the concealer I'm going to use is the M.A.C Pro Longwear. This is in the shade NW20, and this is sort of my skin toned shade. So this isn't a highlighting product, it's going to be my skin tone. So all I'm doing is applying this with my ring finger underneath my eyes. I'm just using dabbing motions, making sure I get that inner corner of my eye. I also apply it around my nostrils where I get redness, and I also apply it on any blemishes that I have. I also get redness on my chin, a little bit on my forehead, and down the centre of my nose. And then I'm going in with a damp beauty blender and just pouncing this concealer over my skin just to blend everything into my skin. So my concealer placement can change day to day depending on where I've got redness or blemishes, but I always apply it on to my eye area and my nose, like around my nostrils, because that's where I get redness and also discoloration of dark under eyes. Like I said, this concealer is my exact skin tone, so it's not highlighting my face, it's not doing anything amazing. So if there is any areas that I need just a tiny bit more concealer, I just go in with half a pump and just apply it a little bit more. So I'm just going underneath my eyes, again in that inner corner, and on these blemishes because they're nice and red. And again, I'm just blending that in with the beauty blender. But as you can see, I literally just press it in until it is all blended into my skin, and then I go in and set the products. So I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Contour Kit, and I'm taking this shade right here, which is a vanilla. I am very pale, so this shade is perfect for me. On days like today, I like taking it on the dense contour brush from Real Techniques. And I literally just load the brush up with the powder, and I just press the product into the skin to really set that concealer. So literally just do it everywhere. Like, this is going to add a little bit of highlight to your skin. You can see I'm just setting my eyelids as well. But yeah, like I said, this is just going to add a little bit of highlight to the skin as well as setting those products. So I just apply the vanilla shade underneath my eyes and also down the centre of my face. And then I go in with the banana shade and just set over any areas that are outside of my T-zone area. So where we've applied it, where I don't really want it to be pale and highlighted, I want to add a little bit of colour to my skin tone. And what I do is go in with the bronzer. So the bronzer I'm using today is the Havana shade from my Powder Contour Kit. And I'm going in with a M.A.C 135 brush, tap off any excess, and then just start carving out my face and just adding that bronzer to any areas that you would normally bronze. So like around the cheekbone area, up around the forehead. I absolutely am obsessed with this brush for bronzing. I just find that it comes out perfect and so natural. But yeah, so I'm just taking that up around my forehead area. And of course I take on my jaw as well. This is just going to help match my neck to my face, because my neck is always ridiculously pale compared to my face, but it's also going to help hide my double chin. And then the last thing I do with the bronzer is just take a little bit on the sides of my nose to sort of create a natural contour on the nose. A lot of the time I will just leave my bronzer like that, but I will go in with a contour shade around my nose. As you can see, I sort of brought it on to my cheeks a little bit to add a bit of colour there without having to go in with a blusher. But I do like to take a Sigma Large Fluff E50 brush with that Fawn shade powder contour kit. Tap off any excess again. I like this brush because it applies it sort of more of a soft coverage. But I do go in with one of the Morphe brushes as well to create a more defined contour. But on days when I'm not doing much, I still like to contour my nose because I like to add definition to it. It's just sort of added some definition to my face, but I am going to go back in with that vanilla shade on that brush that we packed it on before and just pack it along the sides of my nose, just because if the bronzer and the contour colour have gone too far down the sides of your nose, then it'll just make your nose look wider. Also just down the bridge of my nose as well, just to make sure that none of that highlight has disappeared. So that is what I tend to do. The only kind of contour that I tend to do is just my nose area. That I will finish off my face by applying some highlighter. So down the center of my nose, I like to go in with sand. So I just apply it a tiny bit to the tip and then just run the tiniest amount down the center, just like so. So it's not going to look as oily as if I went straight in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Starlight Illuminator. I'm absolutely obsessed with this, but I like to just apply this over my brow, so where you would highlight your brow bone, I should say. So just put a couple of coats over that, and then I just sweep round in a C shape. Now, a lot of the time I will highlight all down here, but I've noticed, obviously I do have large pores on my face, so I'm trying to find a way to wear highlighter which isn't going to emphasize that. So that's why I'm literally just stopping at the edge of my eye and just creating that C shape, just to highlight that area. I'm just going to add it to my Cupid's bow. And I like to drag it up slightly so it goes up the sort of ridges, just in case you overline your lips or anything and it disappears. But that's all I tend to do with highlight. I go in with my brows, like I said. So I go in with my trusty combo, which is a Me eyeshadow from M.A.C and also Dipbrow Pomade in Blonde from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've just remembered that I haven't done the corners of my eyes. So all I do is go in with that Starlight powder or whatever highlight I have left on my finger, and I just pack it in that inner corner. So I just kind of close my eyes and just fill in that tear duct. Just creates a really nice wide awake look to your eyes. But yeah, so now I'm going to go in with my brows. So I told you the products I'm going to be using today. The brush I use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills 12 brush, which is the double-ended brush. It's a small angled, it's quite a stiff angled brush, and also a spoolie on this side. So all I do is I brush through my brow hairs to start with. So I'm going in with the Dipbrow from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm just going to be marking out a template as such along the top, and I also go along the bottom, just flicking up that tail. Also stamp a line all along the bottom of my brow just to define it. I just create the shape that I want, fill them in, and then I start working on the front. So I just gradually bring it up a little bit higher than it naturally grows. And then fill it in. Now this brow is shorter than this one, so I just tend to take it in a little further and then I just do the same on the other side. And then I go in with a M.A.C 266 angled brush and a Mega eyeshadow from M.A.C, which is just a sort of cool toned brown. And all I do is literally, I'm just setting that Dipbrow product. So I'm also just filling in ever so slightly this front part that I've created. But mostly what I do with the eyeshadow is set the product. Especially like my arch, I make higher because I don't get a lot of brow growth there. It's very sparse, so I just make sure I set the Dipbrow there so it stays on as long as possible. But yeah, basically all I do is just keep running the shadow through my brows just to set them in position pretty much. Go in with the Gosh Defining Brow Gel, the clear formula. I take off most of the product as well off the mascara on because I don't want them to look really wet and cakey, which I hate. And then all I do is just run this through my brow. So the front hairs I like to stick upwards, and then as I go back I like to angle them. If you want a complete updated brow routine, because it has changed, then let me know. Yeah, so that's basically all I do. And then to finish my look off, all I do is go in with some eyelash curls, these are just the Tweezerman ones, and all I do is I just pull them on my lash as close to the root as possible without nipping the skin, and then hold it for about 5 seconds. And then do the other eye to give that one a break. And then I just kind of just keep doing it until they are as upright as I would like. And do sort of crimp them halfway up as well to give them a bit of curl. Make them stand up. And then all I do to finish off is go in with some more of that lip balm. Just rub it in with my finger, just to make it evenly spread and also gets any foundation or anything off my lip. What I do to finish it all off, because I want it to look as natural as possible, I go in with a couple of setting sprays. So the first one is the M.A.C Fix Plus. And I kind of just drench my skin in that because it's going to settle any powders and anything like that. And then I go in with the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Oil Controlling Fixing Spray. And again, I just do the same thing. And this is going to help make my makeup last a lot longer. So that is literally how I achieve my go-to effortless no makeup look. This is just the makeup that I wear on a sort of everyday basis if I want to wear makeup and look a little bit more flawless. But yeah, so this is the makeup that I will go to if I just want to apply a little bit of makeup that day without looking like I have slapped a ton of stuff on my face. So yeah, I really love how this looks. It's just so natural and easy, and again, effortless. Really needs a few products. So you could use one brow product instead of however many I use, and there's all different obviously that you can cut down on. But yeah, all you need really is brow product, concealer and a contour kit, and you are good to go really. Some days I will just apply some of either a Mega eyeshadow, which I use in my brows with a fluffy brush, or I'll go in with that Fawn contour shade and I will just ever so slightly, like I'm doing right now, buff and blend that into the crease just to add a little bit more definition to my eyes. Just adds a little bit more sort of shadowing in that crease area. Obviously you can change up things, you can add a blush, you can add lipstick, you can add all these different things, but it's just such an easy look, and it covers up blemishes, and it's just such an easy makeup look to wear day to day. So I really hope you enjoyed. That's such a rambling video. So I really hope you enjoyed getting to know how I achieve my no makeup effortless go-to makeup look. Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out your day to watch my videos, especially this one. If you have any video recommendations, then please let me know in the comments down below. Please like this video and subscribe. You can also share my videos. It helps people find me and I can get more subscribers. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Now, oh shit, just dug into the powders.